Got a Pikachu? Nah, man, I got a Raichu. Hey everyone, Templar74 here with another episode of PokeTalk, and today's episode of PokeTalk is going to be my review of the latest episode of Pokemon Pocket Monsters 2019, episode 35, Get Pikachu. And I gotta be honest with you guys, this episode is really what we thought it was going to be. It was going to be a Go-focused episode, and Go, of course, was going to catch a Pikachu. But what we didn't expect, because of how the preview was teased, was an evolution that happened. But unlike what people thought, could it have been, oh my gosh, did Ash's Pikachu get evolved because of Go's Pikachu? Nah, it was just Go's Pikachu, ultimately, that evolved into a Raichu. But we'll talk about all of this soon enough. So, at risk of further rambling, though, let's move on to the actual episode. So the episode begins at Sakuragi Institute with Ash and Go, and they're talking about Go's Pokemon catching, and Ash asks Go what Pokemon he's going to get next, and ultimately, after watching Ash and Pikachu bond, Go determines that he's going to go out and he's going to catch a Pikachu. He wants a Pikachu. So they head out to this area, and they find a whole bunch of Pikachus out here. Go ultimately ends up befriending a female Pikachu, and ends up catching it. And these two actually get along really well to start with. We see Go kind of go through a lot of the things Ash does with his Pikachu here, but it's not to last, unfortunately. Go's Pikachu is ultimately very friendly to everybody, and ultimately comes back with a Thunderstone and tries to evolve Ash's Pikachu, which, of course, Ash's Pikachu wants no part of. He's like, get that away from me, and runs away. And ultimately, though, they end up going behind a rock here, and we see the evolution light, and Ash is like, oh no, Pikachu, because ultimately here comes a Raichu jumping up on the rock, and they think that it's Ash's Pikachu that evolved. However, that was the ultimate goat of the episode, because it was just one of the Pikachu in the area that just happened to evolve into a Raichu at the same time. Go's Pikachu and Ash's Pikachu went behind the rock. Big tease there. So yeah, we see that, and ultimately, Go's Pikachu realizes that Ash's Pikachu doesn't want to evolve, so it gives Go the Thunderstone. And of course, then we get Team Rocket that show up, and Team Rocket being Team Rocket, of course, they have to interfere because, well, they're Team Rocket. So they interfere with it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, they end up failing, and Go uses the Thunderstone to evolve his Pikachu into a Raichu. And then the episode ends at Sakuragi Institute with Go's Raichu still having the personality of caring and loving and giving out all these different berries to the different Pokemon that Go's caught, and ultimately a happy ending, and that's essentially the episode. But yeah, like I said, this episode is really what we thought it was going to be. It was going to be kind of a filler Go-focused episode here, with Go ultimately getting jealous of Ash's Pikachu and wanting one for himself. Ultimately, though, it's not set to last. Go's Pikachu evolves into a Raichu, and Go, of course, is thinking, well, now I gotta go get a Pikachu. So yeah, that's pretty much the episode. It's really what we thought it was, and apparently the preview was just a big goat. I mean, let's be honest here. We knew that Ash's Pikachu wasn't going to evolve, and we knew that Go's Pikachu was probably not going to be a Pikachu for very long, just because the Ash is the main protagonist with a Pikachu. Let's be honest. So yeah, with that being said, will Go ever get a Pikachu that stays a Pikachu? Maybe towards the end of the series. I don't think right away, though, but I digress on that whole argument. Overall, I give this episode an 8 out of 10. It was a good Go-focused episode. I really enjoyed it. Despite the big tease, this was a good episode nonetheless. It was a good Go-focused episode, and yeah, overall, not really disappointed with this episode in any way. But as always, in the comments section down below, let me know what your guys' thoughts were about this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just there? What were your thoughts? Just let me know in the comments section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. Alright everyone, as always, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye everybody.